Originally, this video was part of a Udemy marketing course, but I've decided to make it available to you for free right here on YouTube. As we've mentioned before, there are three parts to any website. The first part is the hosting, and we covered that in a separate video, but basically a really fast server will help with the number of people who stay on your site while the page loads. Most of Section 3 has been all about how to design your website for optimal SEO. This particular video is all about the domain name. This is Section 3, Lecture 16. Here we go, guys. There are several tips I'd like to pass along to you to help you decide what domain is best for you. You see, one of the things that happens almost all the time is I'll meet a small business person, and that person will have already purchased the domain name. And more often than not, that name is simply the name of their business, .com or .net. And that isn't always what's best. Let me give you an example. I used to work for a company called Innovators Group. Now, if you were searching for a widget online, would you type in Innovators Group, even if they were the best vendor for the product you need? Odds are no. Odds are you're going to type in the keywords for what you're looking for, a widget. And so why wouldn't you name your website widgets.com? That would make more sense. You would get more visitors, and people would instinctively know what the website was about, and you will rank better with the search engines by naming your domain after what you need. Now, one of the other things I want you to do is to not put underscores in your domain name. If you have two words, just put the two words together. Underscores are considered an SEO no-no. Also, keep it simple. Remember, most of us have been out of school or college for quite some time, and, well, quite frankly, I don't remember a lot of the things I used to. So spelling should be simple and keep it short. This is very important. You see, shorter names are easier to remember, so try to cut every last letter you can out of your domain name. Now, there are some important tips on how to do all of this. Let's watch. If you decide you absolutely need to do your domain name yourself, well, that's fine. We can do that. I use GoDaddy.com for domains. I do not use GoDaddy for hosting. The reason why I don't use GoDaddy for hosting is the company is big enough that you may get a state-of-the-art server, or you could get a server that's quite a bit older and with software that's out of date, and it may even be located in a different country. So, in this case, we're going to use a tourist town called Scalia, Italy in our example, and we will go look for a restaurant in Scalia, Italy. In our first search, we are going to say we have a Chinese restaurant, and we are typing in Chinese into the Google search box here. You'll notice that it had no suggestions for us. The feature is called Autofill, and if we autofill something that Google's familiar with, what they're going to do is try to help us, as you see here, by filling in the rest of the suggested search. That tells us that people are in fact looking for Scalia Pizza as a search item. So what we'll do is we'll take Scalia Pizza, we'll go back over to GoDaddy, and we see that ScaliaPizza.com is available. And that might be a very good one. Here is Scalia.pizza, ScaliaPizza.menu. By the way, these new domain names are called top-level domains. According to Google, they are doing as well as the .coms that folks have no problems finding and remembering these names. And as a matter of fact, you'll receive no SEO penalty at all if you choose one of these new names over the more traditional .coms. So in this particular example, ScaliaPizza.com might be a very good one, and I would also suggest, because it's in Italy, Scalia Pizza IT. Here's something really important for the success of your website. Let's take a real-world example of the power of a domain name that's named after the actual search phrase. And this time we're going to look up t-shirt shops in Key West. Now, as you would expect, there's several of them. And what we want to do is scroll down just a little bit. Notice the T-shirt factory Key West contains several of our search words in the domain name of the website. Right below it, one called the Green Parrot Bar, which has none of these names. Now, if we look at the backlink profile of the T-shirt factory Key West, we see they only have 26 backlinks from 15 different domains, and over the last 5 years, not a whole lot more. But look at how they're laser focused on that particular keyword. Let's go to the site right below it. This is an example of what I'm talking about. Look at this. 4,500 backlinks, a trust flow of 20, a citation flow of 19. That isn't really too bad. And this actually is not a bad website at all. It should have easily outranked and destroyed the T-shirt factory, but because it's the greenparrot.com and they're focused on being a bar on this particular page, they didn't rank as well as they should have. Your domain name is one area where I really would suggest you hire a professional to do keyword research before you buy the domain name. Why? Well, once you've bought your domain, you're really stuck with it. Remember, you're likely to have brochures and business cards, even signage. Then that will all have the wrong domain name if you decide you've made a mistake and want to change it later. So go ahead, do this right the first time, even if you plan to build the rest of the website yourself. Something else you may want to consider is buying that business name. I told you earlier, don't put your website as your business name, but that doesn't mean you can't buy the domain. There are two reasons why I want you to do this. The first is, well, gosh, you don't want one of your competitors buying your business name, right? And that really can happen. The other thing is, you may want to run your email through your business name. After all, yourbusinessname.com is a far more professional email address than hotmail.com, for example. Also, remember, this is only $12, $15 a year. There's no reason not to buy your business name and hold it in case you want to use it for something in the future. Guys, that's going to do it this time. I'll see you soon. By the way, if you need anything at all, you can get a hold of me right on the Udemy page. Take care. Bye-bye.